I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. And here's the deal. Although today I feel was a really good streaming day when it came to the quality of the games I played and the like, I think it's going to begin a discussion about things that we need to talk about when it comes to the content that I put out on this channel. What I mean by that is, as I've already stated many, many times this year, I think there are way too many RPGs that are coming out that are essentially too long. And what's happening is, this channel is becoming a hard channel to have a balance on anymore. Let's talk about that a little bit tonight. Because first, let's talk about what happened today. Let's talk about tomorrow's streams. And then I'm going to tell you my opinion. And we're going to definitely talk about this on tomorrow's podcast. Okay? So today, on the Level 1 podcast, I basically opened up talking about the two games that are the new releases for the week, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and Tekken 8, giving my opinions on each. And I had a segment where I got incredibly animated and emotional and upset because people are... Eat it! Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass. On the internet tend to think that because, oh, a lot of people make fun of him and you know, call him a lolcow or whatever, that apparently I don't have the right to state facts. Okay? For example, me playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth and getting through the first 3 hours, I found tons of parallels in the story of Ichiban Kasuga in my own life. I mean, the whole beginning of the game's story is that he is harassed online by a bunch of people making up conspiracies about him that are not true and don't have concrete proof of, but they still push them forward as truth for personal gain on the internet. That's literally my life story. Like, literally, that's what happens to me on a daily basis. So when I say that, I mean it. It's not a joke. It's not, and people, oh, it's a meme that, oh yeah, I'm just like him. No, there's no meme. There's no meme. You're an idiot. All right? It's truthful. I have to go through this stress every day hearing that people are saying and doing shit about me. I have no idea what it is. I just ignore it, but it's all over the internet every day. These scumbags who just besmirch me and my reputation and anything to do with me turn every positive into a negative, just like they're doing to Kasuga in this game, right? So basically, I see that parallel, and I have the right to talk about that publicly and say I see it as a parallel and be taken seriously. And if people don't want to take me seriously, I don't care about those people. They're scum. All right. So basically, I talked about that on the podcast this morning, but also talked honestly about my thoughts about each of those games, having played them on launch day on Friday. That was really all we had really time for. And then we went into the first stream today, which was Tekken 8's narrative-based story mode called The Dark Arisen or The Dark Awakens. It's called The Dark Awakens, something like that. The Darkness Awakens? No, it's The Dark... I don't even know. But but basically, you guys voted overnight for what you wanted to see on the first stream, whether it was of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. And the good news is, after around 2.5 hours, we're at the end of the intro. We're finally going to go to Hawaii, okay? Which is the whole point of the game. The bad news is it took 5.5 hours to get there, and I can already tell you that the vast majority of the audience is turned off to this game. They put way too much narrative up front, almost zero gameplay. Like, of the 5.5 hours I've played, I've only done combat maybe 30 minutes. Everything else is sitting in a cutscene. So, people are bored. I can't blame you. Like, unless you're really heavily invested in this game, you're probably bored. It was a really bad way to pace the opening. You know, it's funny because I know people for a fact, like, yeah, I wonder if Like a Dragon, is it going to be good? Let me watch Phil play the game. And they started watching. They're like, oh, they just got bored. And like, oh, crap, I don't want to get this now. That's that. Eat it. Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass. People falling asleep. I can't blame you. Again, I really can't. This is valid criticism of the game, that pacing's terrible. They should have done it that way. And because of that, it's hard to retain an audience. Now, the thing is, you're now compounding that with the fact that over the last year, I have played an insane amount of lengthy RPGs, right? I mean, you had Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. You had Final Fantasy 16. I've been playing Baldur's Gate 3, right? For a very lengthy period of time, over a month, 60 hours. We had Alan Wake 2 that was a really lengthy game last year. So all these lengthy games, even Sea of Stars recently that were 16 hours in, and we put on hiatus, and now we're starting another lengthy RPG. Oh, by the way, there's that Grand Blue game, there's the Persona 3 remake, there's Final Fantasy 7. It's like, what is going on? Why is the entire games industry releasing the same type of too long game? It exhausts the audience. There used to be balance. It used to be, there'd be an action game, there'd be a platformer, there'd be this, there'd be that. Now it's just, there's a million RPGs. Like, every fucking company's making an RPG now. I don't get it. As a fan of RPGs, even I know this is too much. And I'm curious what to do. at this point. Because let me tell you, after tonight's Like a Dragon stream, there was 1 super chat and like 3 tips. All right? Not today. I didn't hit a single tips goal. I barely made any income on both streams today combined. All right? Eat it! Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass. This comes at a time when I told you guys this month is really bad for me because of the trolling, giving all of those unpaid memberships out for free. I am down a ton of revenue this month that I should have earned because people got free memberships and they would have renewed their memberships or become members or gifted legit memberships, and none of that is happening. I mean, I have a month, new releases, not a single legit gifted membership. I take that back. There's like 3 gifted memberships in the last 2 days for new releases. Typically, that's the time when people come by and gift a ton of memberships to help the community, and no one's doing it because of this. So I'm already behind, and now I'm having a slow weekend. That's awful, all right? Now, who's to blame? The trolls 100%. Fucked up that they have that much power. I can't fix that, all right? That's a YouTube thing to fix. And the game selection, because last night when I played Tekken, it went really well, you know, but I know I can't just play multiplayer constantly with Tekken. I have to have time to play the other modes to even learn the characters. So, and there has to be a balance here at some point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to do about Like a Dragon. I like the game and I want to play it, and now it's starting to get to the Hawaiian portion. I don't think we're going to see any more attendees than we saw tonight. Tonight, I think we had around 300 and almost no support. I think that's going to be par for the course for the whole playthrough. So that means I can't have it be a major stream all the time or very often at all, right? I have to make judgments based on what people want, what people will support, and what's going to pay bills, because this is my job as well as my hobby. So after tonight, we got some serious questions to ask about what games I play moving forward. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I think I need to stop playing RPGs. Just real talk. There's too many.
Real talk.
Look here. Look here! Look, listen!
Real talk.
Many of them, they're too lengthy, and the audience doesn't come out for them. I need to play games that are actually going to support the business, and not that every RPG I play is a downtime game and no one cares about it. Only me and a small group, but sadly, it's not a group that's going to keep ponying up. Every time I play it, it's not getting that mainstream appeal. There's too much of it. It's worn out at this point. I can't believe there's people who are arguing with me. Oh, you should totally be playing Sea of Stars, Baldur's Gate 3, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, Persona 3 Remake, the Grand Blue game, and Final Fantasy 7 all in one month. There's people saying that. Like, are you insane? You're out of control. There's too much of the same, you know? I hear it, you know, again, I feel like this is just, there was not a good time to play Baldur's Gate 3. There just wasn't. I played it a ton over December and January, and I'm 60 hours in, and we're, what, a third into the game? Like, what the fuck? Why are these games so long, right? So, here's the deal. I enjoyed today. I liked the narrative story mode of Tekken. I had a good time with it. I really enjoyed tonight's stream of Like a Dragon. I'm glad we're finally hitting up Hawaii. I loved interacting with everyone all day long, but I can't have days like this every day. I can't. It was one of the slowest days I've seen in ages. You know, days when I was just playing Baldur's Gate in a random game at night were doing better than 2 new releases today. That's atrocious. I just dropped hundreds of dollars on these games. You know, geez. So, I think we need to talk about it. We need to figure out what's a way to go about this moving forward, all right? Crap. But something's got to give at this point. There's too many RPGs. There's too much of the same going on and still coming up. And I can't just keep doing that. It's not going to work, especially now. Things are down because of these idiots. And I need to be getting the opposite happening, and it's not. How is it that I'm 2 days into new releases and things are slower than it was when I was playing the older stuff for filler in January? It's crazy, right? So we got to do something about it and figure it out, all right? Anyway, eat it! Give me your mailing address. I want to mail you a spoon so you can eat shit out of my fucking ass.